Oh my gosh, I need to beat this heat somehow, and no better way to beat the heat than to beat a man with a giant hammer.
Oh, you're telling me.
I mean, it's rather presumptuous of you to assume that this is a man we're fighting.
It's a thing. Technically it's actually it's an interesting thing. This boss is unique in that we're actually not fighting this guy. He is a big bad, but we're not what we're trying. He's not what we're trying to fight. We're trying to fight a massive shrine that's behind him, which can be destroyed through various blocks that we're gonna find. Hang on, I'm just gonna go and quickly grab all these medals because I mean they're basically free.
I think you actually do fight him head on in the Wii version, from what I remember.
Oh yeah?
I'm pretty sure you do.
Okay, so what? So you see what he's trying to do is.
Big guy.
Well, no, we don't want him to push it that way. I need to get him away from this. So basically, think of this like soccer. Nope. Stop it. Oh no, get off.
Working on it, Chip.
So yeah, basically think of it like soccer. We do not want any of these. He's in the way.
Really?
Push him
Come on.
there you are.
Here, let me go around him. So, and then yeah.
So that's what's going on here.
So we need to. But yeah, again. Okay, I'm gonna finish this so I don't. Sorry, I don't want to feel like I'm just saying the same thing. Dang it, not in the way. It's football. Move these. I like calling them salt blocks because I don't know what the heck they're supposed to be. Move them all the way to the other side. I'll cut out some of this time because it's a lot of just pushing blocks.
Yeah, and those are. Isn't that just a fun pastime in video games?
Just push the block onto the board, get to their end, and deal some damage to that weird shrine thingy.
Like so.
Do that 3 times, and we're all set. So.
Oh boy.
No! He's trying to pull something.
Nope, and that's why I'm going to reflect him and instantly knock him out, because yeah, that's how this boss works is you're mainly just trying to buy yourself time to keep these guys. Otherwise, yeah, you buy yourself some time to push the blocks closer and closer.
Actually, I'm trying to remember, was this boss in the Wii version? Because I actually don't remember it.
I want to say it was, but I could be wrong.
Oops.
Oh, hello.
No worries. Ow. Ow! Hey, none of that weird flashy freeze stuff
Not very
on my
nice.
watch. Get that out of here. Get that mess out of here. Okay, fine. He's stunned. That just leaves you. Where's your friend? I know you have a friend.
At least that's the only freak we have to deal with that wields a hammer.
Thank goodness. So yeah, we're just gonna move this forward. And as you can see here, they are gonna try and up the defenses on these spike walls a bit the further we go into this. I know he's waking up, but there's a pretty good distance, and the gates do stop him. So I'm just gonna hurry and
But
get
they
this
could
around.
still stop you if you're not careful.
Oh yeah. Oh
no!
Oh, jeez, he's got
Now he pulls this crap.
Now he's compensating for the distance.
I think I've had at least 1 or 2 instances, like when I was doing this boss fight, where I was trying to push that thing forward, and then all of a sudden, one of those spiked fences literally came up and nicked me right in the boots.
Oh yeah. You're gonna see that. Like it gets me right in the tuchus.
Oop.
What?
Oh, and now he's even stronger. The spike wall reaches up and grabs me in the tuchus. But I'm saying, yeah, no, that thing also gets stronger with each phase, but we're almost done. Oh. Jeez. Okay.
This is
I don't know,
dangerous!
hit me there.
Okay, that last
It
one
can.
seemed a little delayed.
A little bit, yeah. The hitbox seems a bit odd there. Almost.
Oh, now you're trapped.
Oh.
I gotta wait for that thing to go down so I can actually push it. There it is.
There we go.
Here
Now
I go.
now's your chance. Don't get nicked now.
I got it. And oh, dang it.
Oops.
Oh, and
I told you not to get nicked.
And I will say I do like this little line of dialogue he says at the very end to the guy,
Oh yeah.
because I can now finally beat him with the last of his power,
Come
Now
on,
bid
man.
up to a
Give us your
bloody pulp.
dukes.
get some life, and
Oops.
punch him, and
I know little girls who are better with a hammer than you. Well, one anyway.
I like that
Yeah.
too.
I like that little reference.
Although
Even
if
though
I
I
could
don't
be...
think she...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, although if I can be honest, I think I like the Wii version of this boss a bit better than this one.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's
I
not
need
as
to-
complex.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It really is just beat him up. No soccer match.
No.
Pretty sure
That's
it is.
fair.
I don't recall there
Well-
being those, at least pushing those in.
When's the last
No
time you
worries.
played the Wii version, Jordy?
I want to say it's been like a few years now.
Yeah. Yep.
Sucker in.
But I definitely remember it quite well, like, even then.
How badly did you suck at it?
Yellow.
I want to say I was fairly decent. I mean,
The unleashed version doesn't look. It looks more manageable.
Yeah.
All right, only 2 continents left, or 2 pieces, I guess.
Yep. So
Let's
let's
go.
head on over to Adabat.
We're going at night, but yep, this is the last, worldly area we can go check out.
Alrighty.
It's also a little bit low, it's a little bit laggy because of all the water, but it's a really nice, I like this reminds me of like either the Philippines or like a nice Polynesian cultural place.
I think it should be Polynesian.
I always
Wait,
thought
I saw
of...
something in here.
I don't know why, but I always thought of it to be like India. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Weren't we already in India earlier?
No, Shamar was...
No, not
Arabia.
Shamar, Missouri.
Oh, no, that's Africa. I guess Africa in general.
Fair enough.
So this is our last level select area, and I like that skybox. But yeah, unfortunately, we as I mentioned, we definitely have enough medals to get to the last nighttime stage, the last official nighttime stage, but we're still about 20 or so sun medals short of actually being able to access the last daytime stage.
Yeah, there comes a point where you gotta realize when too much is too much.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm happy that, because Lord knows all the times that I've brought up this game in our channel prior, and I was always like, oh my gosh, I hated this section. I was happy that it ended up being something where it wasn't as bad as I remembered it, because I remember being like landlocked and stopped as early as Spagonia one time because I just did not care about the medals at all. So to make it this far and be like, okay, now I have to actually worry about a little bit of grinding, I'm happy that I made it as far as I did, but yeah, welcome to the last, true nighttime stage of Jungle Joyride at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice and colorful and
Nice and colorful, but still
Aw,
jazzy as
come
always.
on! Why you gotta disturb
Actually-
our colorful piece?
I was actually, real talk, I actually love this environment here where it's not quite nighttime, it's like a very deep sunset right now.
Oh yeah, I love
See
it.
that? Yeah. Actually, well, I guess sunset. I guess that means he could technically be the Werehog at this point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's close enough. There could be a moon out. It's... Come on, give me the book. Thank you. I'm never gonna
Honestly,
show
it's kind
it.
of pushing it, considering the fact that way back when we were still in Apatos, and it was around this time, and yet Sonic was still Sonic.
Actually,
That's right. It was like,
actually,
it just kind
something-
of happened suddenly.
Actually, something I just realized. You guys probably talked about it already, but at the end of Night of the Werehog, it was clearly morning, yet he wasn't regular Sonic.
Oh, that's right. You know what? Oh my God, you're right. Because yeah, when the female chip, as you learn later, the female chip gets way too close. Like he actually does react with like the Werehog, like aggressive, like to like being like having a selfie taken so close to him.
Yeah.
That does seem a little odd, but at the same though, I
Forgot about that
I mean,
one. Not bad.
it just seems par for the course for Sega at this point.
Part of me wants to go back to watching that short, but I don't think I want to do another commentary just because we already did that, and I don't think my opinions have changed about that short. I still really like
I
that
don't think
short.
it's even been that long since we did that riff track.
It was like I think it was about a year or two ago.
Roughly a year, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
I still think it's gorgeous. I still think it's silly and weird. Like, I still think it's the Sonic Casper crossover we all wanted.
And I still hold sentiment that Sega needs to, get off their duff and commission more of them.
Well, I
But
mean,
dude,
if you-
like, that
to be
studio,
fair,
like-
to be fair, we've sort of gotten that with a lot of the more 2D shorts that they've been doing lately.
And that's
The
great.
Sonic
I'm
Racing
just
shorts
saying,
were fun.
give us more of that stuff.
The Sonic
they're
Racing-
clearly some of the best stuff that Sonic's been a part of in recent memory.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. We talked about this yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to ask your opinions of it. Jordy, what did you think of Sonic and Tails R?
Actually, I don't think I've seen it yet. I got to.
Okay,
I actually
will watch
did-
this.
I-
Episode's out.
I actually did take the time to check it out last night, and I will say, for what it's worth, it was an interesting listen. Like, I'd say the actors more or less did their parts relatively well, and, I mean, it is still weird to see freaking Shadow's original voice actor as Knuckles and pull it off fairly alright.
Right.
But
Ryan
other than,
Drummond.
the most
Go
I'll
ahead.
say about it is that something about the writing feels a little... I don't know if I want to outright say a little too... I don't know how... I really don't know how to put it. It's like the... It's like... I don't know, maybe
Fan fiction-y.
a little too what's the word? Nice.
Nice.
Maybe not so much
compared
nice,
to-
but it's like one of those. It honestly, some of the writing almost sounds like something I'd expect out of a preschool TV
Well,
show.
So it's
I was
too
about to
tame,
say-
in other words?
A little too tame,
Honestly.
I would say. A little too tame, even though it does still have moments of feeling a little more like your traditional Shonen Sonic story.
You know
What's
what
up,
I was
Mike?
about to say? Like, you make that remark about how, like, it sounds like too preschool. Like, that's kind of funny because usually people reserve that when they talk about, like, the story in the recent games.
And I was about to jokingly, like, make the comparison of, like, when the main comparison of a Sonic story is IDW, everything else is gonna seem like freaking Winnie the Pooh in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I think the best way to put it is that they could have done a little better with a tonal balance.
I
Well,
like the.
I don't think it was like completely
Got it.
inconsistent, at least compared
Uh-oh.
to. Oh, boy.
Ah, no!
Worth it. Actually, why? No, that wasn't worth it. I don't need more. I don't need any more moon medals. What the heck? Stop
you
giving me
died for
moon
you literally
medals.
died for nothing.
I got a life, so it all makes sense now. I like where the story could go. I think I already told this type. I already cannot wait for all the animatics and animations people may want to do with
Of
that
course.
animation. Just kind of just sitting there.
Actually, you know what? Now that I stop and think about it, I think I have a better way of explaining it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I will also say real quick that what was her name? Emmy as Tails. I mean,
Yes.
I know Hype says she sounds a little squeaky for the role. I honestly thought she was perfectly fine, though. Given the fact that this was basically her project, I could definitely feel it deep down that it felt very.
Tails focused.
I was gonna say outright fanficky, but
Well, yeah,
essentially
and
it is a fanfiction.
Well, that was the argument I was making. That it very much seems like a. How to put this?
It was pretty much one of those. It was one of those powers. Not so much power. That's kind of a bad way of putting it. But just one of those feel good sort of things for the person doing the hosting the whole thing. Which I mean, hey,
Did she write?
Honestly, I think anyone would want to be in her shoes at that exact
No,
moment in time.
absolutely.
I think-
Is it confirmed that she wrote? Did she write?
She co-wrote it. I don't recognize the other person she wrote it with, though.
Because I was gonna say, okay, and this is purely the. This is actually some intense music. I like this.
Oh yeah, the
this
music for Jungle Joyride Night is really good.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the this is the cynical part of me. It's like if you guys when you go to a convention and you have someone, I want that.
Give it.
there you go.
When you go to a convention and the voice actors are holding a panel, and it always happens at least once at every convention, I feel like, because nobody ever truly learns, and you have all these voice actors, and somebody happens to go up and say, oh my gosh, could I have you read this part of my fanfic as your character right now? And I always get like, and I always feel like, oh, I feel bad for that guy because that's an awkward. Oh,
Well, I don't think
that's
so.
an awkward thing to say.
Well, I'm not
Whoa,
quite sure if
Daddy.
I'd say. I'm not quite sure
Dang
I'd
it.
say. I don't think it'd be like that cringy because from what I've read up on, she is apparently friends with at least most of these actors.
Which
Okay.
I mean, that does help.
Okay.
It does. No, and it does make it more it makes it less. It definitely decreases the levels of uncomfortableness. Like, if
Oh, yeah,
everyone
no,
is
like-
on board, then I'm fine.
I mean, whatever I've already said about the thing, I don't think it's bad. Like, it is definitely worth a listen to, especially if you have been a fan of the Sonic franchise since the Adventure era. But it's just one of those things. It's one of those sort of lingering feelings that you can't really avoid.
Yeah, I
I'm-
suppose.
There is just that thing of I see that medal.
It's a moon
It's-
medal. Don't bother.
Well, he didn't
Maybe
know that
there's a
until
day
now.
medal.
He's too
Maybe
attracted to moon
there's-
medals.
where
He's
they-
got a
There
problem.
he is.
Fine.
Do we have to pull a nighttime intervention, Logan?
No, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
no,
just.
no. Don't worry about it. I got the tranquilizer dart right here.
I will agree with James in that it's there is still a bit of a fanfiction-y thing in my head of don't. If you're okay, I'll say this: if you're in the mood for moon medals, make sure you grab that one first, because otherwise this will tease you at the last second and officially locked off from you if you did not get it already. sure you grab it
Oh,
first.
come on.
Good thing it was just a moon medal. If it were a sun medal, I'd be pissed.
Oh, I'd be very ticked. Oh, I already see I already see a sun medal in here. But
I think we're right around the end of the level.
oh, is it? Yeah, this level I don't mind. It's not too long. All we have here is just a little boss battle followed by a fun little, just a quick little puzzle. But it's yeah, it's the same thing. Like you got Shadow's voice actor. Ouch. You got Sonic. You got Eggman. Was there actually that much stopping you from just getting Tails' actress, or was it just? I can't. If somebody were to tell me that, oh, Emmy actually had plans to get Tails, but then, oh, something happened, and, oh, last minute she decided to cast herself as Tails, I would have a hard time believing that. I feel like that was the plan from the get-go, which
I mean, again, I understand. I can sort of understand the situation a bit. Like, I mean, the fact that, well, this is pretty much her dream come true, pretty much, that she's allowed to actually do such a project with
except on the wrong Switch.
You know, Sonic voice actors that she's known and loved. And I mean, what aspiring voice actor that actually loves the games wouldn't want the chance to, you know, chum it up with the voice actors and do a little roleplay session?
I would like to voice in a Mario thing or a Knights thing, just throwing it out there.
I wouldn't mind doing a Knights thing.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that too, but I wouldn't want to deprive Martinet of what he does best.
Yeah, and I was about to make that joke of I wouldn't mind doing a Mario thing, but that two things. One, James hit on the head that I'd feel bad like taking that away from Martinet. Even if that wasn't the case, I feel like not too many people are really begging for me to be Mario.
You would be fine as Mario. I know.
I used to voice Mario.
You did. I know that Jordy probably wouldn't mind being Sally if they ever did a Nightmare Before Christmas 2 for whatever reason.
I mean, I'm no Catherine O'Hara, but
hooray! I got.
Or actually, how about something realistic? Because I feel like it probably will happen eventually. What with how Devil May Remake happy game industry is, and considering how popular the film is itself, like an HD remake of Obi's Revenge.
I would not mind that.
I wouldn't mind that, honestly.
Mind that. I honest to God think they should just remake that game from the ground up, just because the base game itself is a little too simplistic.
Yeah. Update the combat bit, or reduce how many waves you have to fight all at once. Okay.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
Combos,
for sure.
And welcome everybody to the plague of my existence.
The plague of your existence.
We officially, or Bane, whatever. We officially have reached the point where we now, it's finally happened. We've reached our dead end of, I don't have enough sun medals to continue. Now, fortunately,
everyone's favorite.
Now, fortunately, I'll take that. Fortunately, the game has a couple of built-in methods that you can get more sun medals. Because, yes, sure, I've been going through Act 1 day and Act 1 night, but if I were to go back to all of the previous areas, like here I am back in Apatos, you can, find more sun medals in all the level select areas, and you can actually, I'll take this.
Yoink.
Give me the tea.
I noticed all these teas come in
Blue
very
tea.
similarly shaped bottles.
The bitter
That they do.
taste.
I hate bitter stuff.
So yeah, I
See,
can go
even Chip
around.
has some taste.
It does. Why not? You can go around and...
Oh, there's one.
It's just a record.
Sonic!
It was just a
Go
record.
back!
It was just...
Oh,
it was
the
just
record. I thought it was a sun medal.
This is just
yeah, I saw it. It was a record.
Oh, I thought it
Been
was
there,
a sun
done that.
medal
Oh, here we
too.
go.
Hey, it's a pelican!
Pelican.
Actually, if you approach that pelican, he'll go all flippy shit for a moment, and then point you in the direction you need to go.
I
It was
thought
at
you
this
were
point-
about to say he would pick Sonic's head.
It was at that. So as you see there, you can actually.
Oh, hello.
So as you can see there, you can actually go to like Act 3s, Act 4s. Like there are a lot of bonus levels that are very, very short, like very miniature, like raceways and stuff.
Have you
But
ever
it's
had
also-
the chance to try the adventure packs, Logan?
I did not. I know this came with it. The Chunan and I think Empire
I
City.
smell bonus parts.
I don't know. I'll have to load it. So I need 13 sun medals, as you can see. And I'm going to keep looking around this place. And why not? And I also now realized, okay, the best time to find day medals is, as we've already talked about, ironically, get out of here,
At
the
night.
night.
Give me the table.
So I want to take this furniture with me. So I'm going to go
ma'am,
around.
may I disturb? Ma'am, may I disturb you for a couple sun medals? Get lost, you furry little rat!
That's it.
She just hits him with an
A
umbrella.
broom or
Wow,
umbrella
I had no idea people could be so cranky.
at night.
Actually,
So-
no, that's not.
At
Oh, hello. What's
A
this?
Cleopatra statue.
Oh, nice.
It's Soliana. No, it ain't.
No, it's not.
So
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
So yeah, we got to. I'm gonna try and go for all the nighttime bonus stages, so that I can ship. No, we're not selling this for anything. Actually, it would be cool if we could sell it or give more souvenirs to the professor, but I don't care. I'm gonna do a really difficult platforming thing for myself, and I'm gonna try and find as many of those nighttime bonus stages, since that's gonna be the surefire ticket to get all the sun medals I could ever want.
Alrighty then.
So James,
Actually going back to that whole joke we were doing earlier with like Werehog Sonic literally just going around the neighborhood asking the neighbors for move else and just
spare change.
Just swats them out and off and being like, damn midnight carolers.
Spare change.
Another werehog got in the house.
Another werehog. Give me that shovel.
There's that, and then I'm also thinking of the Muppets, the spare change. Who are we, Sonic? I couldn't care less.
By the way, how about that upcoming?
Thank
you. By the way, how about that upcoming Muppets TV show coming out on Disney Plus?
That's
Muppet
gonna be
Now?
interesting. Yeah,
Oh,
basically,
my face.
from what I understand, it's gonna be like a full-on improv show.
Ooh,
Really?
nice.
Like they'll just be on camera, just making it up as they go along.
As far as I know.
Huh.
I
That'd be
mean,
cool.
now that I think about it, have the Muppets ever, like, how often do the Muppets really do improv? Because, I mean, we all know
Only
the
in the
story about how Jim
bloopers.
Henson was very much a perfectionist with his craft.
Well, there was always those bloopers, like those famous ones we love looking back on with the Muppet movie, the freaking your fake fur.
Oh yeah,
Fake
the argument. Well, that wasn't really so much bloopers. That's actually like test footage.
Oh, well, I mean, I see it as like, yeah, it's improv exercises and them, like, you know, just
Right.
they're all like, you hurt
You
me,
know
I'm
what you
going to
get when you
hurt
cross
you.
a frog and a pig? I'll tell you what you get a bouncing baby fig.
There was that, and there was the guy. Yeah, you hurt me, I have to hurt you now. You ready for this?
Oh yeah?
You ready?
Oh yeah?
I
You
actually just
You
recently...
got wire attached to your arm. Oh, what?
I-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
actually-
have to. Go ahead.
I was actually, not that long ago, I saw an image, I think it was from one of the, either one of the movies or maybe a late...
Are you talking about the
viewing.
one from Most Wanted?
I think is it the one where we see Kermit and Miss Piggy's potential children?
Yes,
What?
it is, and it's like I
Look at that
remember
little
a lot
Mobot
of,
dude.
It's like I remember a lot of things from Most Wanted. I actually think Most Wanted is a really underappreciated film, but
Ricky
that
Gervais
is one thing
nice.
I
Yeah,
did
he's
not
cool.
remember, and I did not want to remember.
I actually didn't see Most Wanted.
You should. I think it's a really good movie.
It's nice. Like, they had a lot of good like minds and talents behind it.
I was gonna
and
say I wanted to see it, but I couldn't see it because I was at work that day, and then I never got the
Do you
chance to see it
think-
afterwards.
Okay, there, we got it. So yeah, pretty much just skip the battling and get lucky with finding the right door, and here's the finale.
Oh, hello, big
oh.
guy.
Do you think...
Get off my lawn, feather bottom!
Feather bottom.
Feather bottom. Do you think... Nice, got him all. Do you think it could work if they actually did something that's basically Whose Line Is It Anyway, but with Muppets?
I can
I'd love
totally
to
see
see
that.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'd love to
honestly,
see that
I mean,
too.
now let's stop and think about it. On HBO Max, isn't Elmo hosting that one talk show?
Yeah, that the Not So Late Show with Elmo.
I know there's that, and I think we talked about this, but even if you get even if you get Elmo or Kermit, like if you get a Muppet onto an adult talk show, like they say some things that you would never.
Well, Elmo,
Ever.
not so much Elmo, but definitely like Kermit and Ralph. Pretty much any of Jim's Muppets. Like I remember one in particular. I don't know what show it is. He had Ralph with him. He actually has Ralph say, "Son of a bitch."
Dang. I almost thought they were gonna do the Porky, son of a beach, huh? You all thought I was gonna say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Actually, you know what? I'll tell you this afterwards. But tune in next part.
Till next
Oh.
time, everybody.
Yep, we're gonna finish off that backtracking, and I'll show you some of the some of the more lighthearted, fun stuff this game can offer.